Hi guys, what's up everybody? Thank you so much for clicking by to my YouTube channel. Welcome and welcome back. My name is Viola Mirasi and welcome to another video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate. And if you are a new subscriber, karibu sana to the family. Kindly consider subscribing, support my channel by giving me a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell so that every time I upload a video you are able to be notified, and don't forget to leave for me your thoughts about this video in the comment section below. So apparently today I wanted to talk about co-parenting after breakup. I don't know why most of the people don't like talk about these things. They are not open to tell you, like, okay, this is what happens, this is how it goes, this is how you can juggle it around. So today I want to talk about this very specific topic, and I hope you will be able to learn a thing or two. Please share your thoughts. How are you parenting? Is it really working? Is it really making sense? Is it a struggle? So when things were not working out in my relationship at that time, I decided to choose me and my baby. And when I was choosing me and my baby, I had to put my baby on the front and decide what is best for him. So I cite my other significant person at that time. We talked, I shared with him my mind, told him like, okay, we have tried working it out, and nothing is improving or nothing is changing, and I've now decided that I want to come out of this relationship, but we need to co-parent. We need to have a structure of how we are going to co-parent, and we need to have a lay down thing or lay down foundation of where we are going to start on how to parent, and on how to co-parent when we are not together. So before I came out, I made sure that we had a written down structure that okay, I have agreed that I'm going to take care of this kid this way and this way and this way, and I made sure that it was signed, and a copy was given to me, and he remained with another copy. What I was trying to do is that I was trying to protect my child, that just in case of anything, we have evidence written on a paper, and we have agreed structure that I'm not forcing you with, but it's something that we have discussed and come into a conclusion. You are okay with it, I am okay with it, we can move on with our lives, but we now have to understand that we have another human being that we share, and we just need to make the right decision for him. So coming out of this relationship, that structure really helped me out, because I was not like being on the call all the time, uh, following him, asking him like, what are we supposed to do? You guy, my guy, like, co-parenting is not that easy. It's not like just 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. It's like 1 plus 1 is equal to 11. It's that much complicated. So you find that we had a structure that we all agreed in, and at some point this structure was not being followed, and when it's not being followed, you know, it brings frustration on my side, and I had now to push. And now pushing is what people mistake to be a baby mama drama. Like, seriously, if you are not following that structure, and we all agreed as a mutual people who have the best benefit for the kid, and we are like mature people that know what is good and what is bad. So when this structure was not being followed, it brought a conflict, even though I thank God that conflict did not go for a long period of time, because we were able to restructure what we had already structured, so that we could come again to now a ground that could work best. Because the more the kid is growing, the more responsibilities are changing, the more, if he was using pampers and he was using Cerelac and he was taking like milk and porridge and all that, now the responsibility or the needs are now becoming different when he's growing, because he now has to go to school, he now has to have a medical cover, of which medical cover my baby had like from the word go, because babies get sick like every now and then, and that one really helped me out. I can give a prop for that. From the beginning I had a medical structure that was working, and it really helped me out to make sure that this baby was growing in a healthy way, and being taken care of just in case of sickness or anything like that. So when he's growing, things now change. Like, he now needs to have an housemaid, he now needs to like go to school, he now needs to have other basics that are different from a child who is born, who wears pampers and all that. So we came into another agreement so that we could have another structure that was going to work out, and it really helped us out, because we were avoiding that conflict, we were avoiding that disagreement that was not healthy. Because when we disagree, one person that really suffers in such kind of structure is a kid. And I just want to advise you people that when you are co-parenting, stop thinking about yourself, stop being selfish. It's not about you, it's about the kid. And every decision that you make, think about the child. Every step that you make towards the significant other, always think about the good being of the child, and stop thinking about your selfish being. This is a person that you are together with, this is a person that you are trying to build a family, and all of a sudden the family is broken and everyone is going their separate ways. Everyone is now trying to figure their lives out. Everyone is now trying to bring another person into their life. And you need to be mature about everything. You need to know that on with my life, you have moved on with your life, and we need to respect that, and have in mind that the only thing that we now share is the baby, and let's look into the interest of the baby. Parenting is the parenting together when you are not together, and I want to share with you tips of co-parenting that has really helped me out, and they have really worked for the benefit of the baby, and you can learn one or two things from my co-parenting tips. Share with me in the comment section below how you are co-parenting. Is it really working for you? Are the structures that you are using are the same like mine, or are you not even co-parenting? Are you those people that are saying like, when I am done with you, we are done, like me and the baby also are done? I feel like it's quite a selfish move, but again, sometimes I don't judge you. If you need time to like heal, and you'll figure it out maybe later in life, it is okay. And if you feel like things really have to move like immediately the way I did, it's also okay. And if you feel like you don't need that co-parenting thing like forever and ever, I don't know about that, because I feel like it's not about you, it's about the kid, and you need to make the best decision and you need to look into the interest of the baby. Still, I'm not judging, but let's just say sometimes put yourself in the same situation. If you are denied a chance of having a father, if you are denied a chance of having a mother, will it affect you? Will you wish to be done the same thing? I just want us to think about that and try to make decision based on what is in the interest of the child rather than making decision out of things that are not making any that much sense. And guys, these are my tips, and if you have if you can relate, if you know what I'm talking about, if you enjoy this video, kindly give me a thumbs up by liking this video. It really supports my channel. If you haven't subscribed, kindly please do subscribe, hit the subscribe button and join the family. Here we do parenting, we do vlogs, we do get advice, and basically we do everything, because we are like here, there, and we are like everywhere, so we do everything. One of the keys that I want us to have in mind before I talk about these co-parenting tips is that you cannot co-parent if you have ego. You have to separate the relationship that you guys were having before you found yourself in co-parenting space. So when it is about co-parenting, know that this person is not the same person that I was dealing with before, like in that way, but now we are doing something that is best for another person that is not us. So have in mind that stop having ego, stop being disrespectful, stop thinking that it's just about me, it's just about the baby. Still co-parenting, we are still in a good co-parenting space, no strings attached, nothing attached, just everyone minding their own business, going on with their life, moving on with what they do. But one thing that we are having in mind is that we have someone that we are both responsible to. So guys, let's talk about types of co-parenting. One, we have high conflict co-parenting. Two, we have parallel co-parenting. And three, we have cooperative co-parenting. So you find that high conflict co-parenting is the co-parenting that you are not able to stand one another. Someone is on east, someone is on west, and here in the middle we have lawyers. Here in the middle, we are dealing with court cases. Here in the middle, we are dealing with the family that are trying to resolve this conflict, because you have decided to be bushy on this side and the other person has also decided to be bushy on the other side, and you cannot just stand one another. Two, we have parallel co-parenting. You cannot stand this person, but you can be able to tolerate them for the sake of the kid. And three, we have cooperative co-parenting. This is where you are friends, you are communicating like any other day. Things are like normal and kind of not normal, and I don't know where people find this kind of co-parenting, but if it works for you, who am I to judge? But this kind of co-parenting, I don't know where it is found. If you are in this kind of co-parenting, Please leave for me your thoughts in the comment section below. Tell me, is it really working? Like, where in Africa is this kind of co-parenting? I understand that we are in a different century and we are in a different millennium and all that, but it is what it is. Now let's talk about tips of co-parenting. I have like 10 tips of co-parenting that have really worked for me for the past 5 years, and I want to be able to share with you these tips. Maybe it can help you in one way or the other. And if you are already using these tips, kindly share with me. I want to know, is it really working? Is it not working? Or what's your thoughts in these tips that I'm going to share with you guys? So tip number one is that when you are co-parenting, forget about the heart, forget about the hunger, put them in the box and just throw it away. Just forget about them. I know it's hard. I know that when you are still fresh from this kind of relationship, that you have come out with the baby or you are left with the baby, it's not easy because you are still trying to figure yourself out. You are still trying to see what next for you. You are still having this pain and you are trying to heal this wound in one way or the other. So if you want to take your time, just take your time so that maybe you can figure it out later. But if you are like me and you are like, life has to move on and we have to find a structure now, kindly do find a structure that is good for you, and forget about these hangers, forget about what your partner has done to you. It's not easy, I understand, but just try, just try, just for the sake of your baby. You see the way you love your child? Mm-hmm. Okay? Yeah. Forget about you and just figure out what is best for the baby. And if having a structure immediately is what is going to be good for your baby, just do it. Forget about you, just do it. And if you are a person that you need time to heal and all that, just do it. No one is judging you. As long as it's working for you, baby girl, baby boy, we are good to go. Tip number two is that set boundaries when you are co-parenting. I don't know how I can really stress this out, but this is a key tip when you are co-parenting with someone. Set boundaries and stand with your boundaries. We cannot be co-parenting and you want to know who I date. We cannot be co-parenting and you want to know where I live for the, I don't know, some people put it like for the sake of the baby. I don't know, like it doesn't match, it doesn't make that much sense. It's about the baby and it's not about me. So stop coming up with reasons that you want to know where your kid lives. Honey, just know that you were not able to parent this kid, and that's why you were not able to figure yourself out, and that's why we are in the situation that we are in. So you cannot start interfering with the life that is going on and is working out for me. You cannot also be this parent that wants to know what the baby has eaten, who the baby is playing with, where was he last weekend, who is with him in the house, who are around the kid. I know like it's somehow positive to some extent, but to quite an extent I don't feel like it makes that much sense, and we need to have a boundary. If you know the kid is in my hand, I am the mother or I am the father, I am able to parent this kid. I also feel like calling also should be in order. You cannot call at wee hours of the night that you want to talk to your child. Like, it doesn't make that much sense. You are bringing insecurities to whatever is going on with me, and that boundary is also important. Have a structure. You cannot be talking to like the baby every day, like you are even confusing the baby. You are, I don't know, you're just putting things like are not there. Just have, call him or call her. Have a structure. Just call him or her even once a week or like twice a week. It makes sense rather than calling the baby like each and every hour, each and every day, each and every minute. Like, it doesn't make any much sense, because at the end of the day, it's the mom's phone or it's the dad phone that you guys are communicating with. And when you are dating someone else, you really bring insecurities, and you give someone some thoughts that are not even there. So boundary is very much important when you are co-parenting, and it's just the basic foundation of co-parenting. Just have boundaries, period. Just the same way that you expect your boundaries to be respected, respect the other significant person boundary. And tip number 3 is that have a schedule. Have a schedule. You cannot be like operating without knowing what to do at what time. If you want to co-parent in the best way possible, just have a schedule, like who is supposed to do what at what time. Like, when are you supposed to be picking the kid? When are you supposed to be dropping him or her back? When are you supposed to be like playing your role as a parent? When am I supposed to be playing my role as a parent? If we agree that you are supposed to do this and this and this at this time, are you doing it? Are you respecting that schedule, so that we don't step so much into each other's talk? Scheduling is very important, and if you want to co-parent smoothly, kindly just have a schedule, and it will help you so much. Tip number 4 is that know your role. Know your role in co-parenting structure. Who is supposed to be paying school fees? Who is supposed to be taking care of clothes? Who is supposed to be taking care of food? Who is supposed to be taking care of shelter? Just know your role. Once you know that I'm supposed to be paying school fees, pay school fees. Once you know that you're supposed to be buying clothes, buy clothes. Just do your duties, and make sure that you do it at the right time without being pushed, so that so many issues can be avoided, and you can just be able to cope with that environment. Point number 5 is that have effective communication. Having effective communication doesn't mean that you communicate all the time. When you are co-parenting, you cannot be communicating like all the time. Understand your position, and just stick to the boundaries. If you're supposed to like do something, or the baby needs to be taken somewhere at a very specific time, just communicate to one another in advance, so that it doesn't bring so much conflict. Just communicate. The baby needs to be taken maybe for injection, or this and this, da 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 da, or school are supposed to be closed at a certain day. Kindly finish the balance, if there is any balance, or just find a way to communicate. You don't have to communicate all the time, because one thing you need to know is that the relationship part was over, and you don't have to have a frequent communication. You just need to have an effective communication that is productive. Number 6 is that be consistent. Parenthood needs consistency, and if you want to be a very good parent to your child, be consistent. You cannot be showing up whenever you want and going away whenever you want. Like, it's not even healthy for the kid, because you find that some people just step in whenever they want. They come, they make promises to the baby, some of these promises that they never keep, and the parent that stays with the baby for the longest time is the one suffering, because this baby is like, okay, I was told 1 2 3, why am I not seeing these things? I was told like I was going to be taken here and there. Like, don't just make false promises for these kids. It really affects them. Just be consistent. If you're supposed to provide consistently. If you're supposed to parent your kid, parent consistently, because sometimes it's not even about the money. Sometimes it's just about the love. Sometimes it's just about the care. Sometimes it's about so many things that doesn't have to be money all the time. My tip number 7 is that love your kid more than you hate the person that you are co-parenting with. It's understandable that people grow out of love. It's understandable that sometimes you are hurt, you are not fully healed, you are still dealing with the wounds. But think about your child. Think about the way you love your child. Think about the way you want your child to be treated. Think about the goodness that you have for your child. So when you have a positive mind, it really helps you to even bring this child up, because when you bring this child up with the bitterness of that is coming from what the other person did for you, you will not be able to give your best to this child. When you are parenting this child, just parenting him or her by just knowing that I want to do my best, I want to offer my best, even though I was not treated bad. Don't bring that kind of energy into co-parenting space. Just love your kid more than you hate the other significant person. And it really helps, because when you have that in mind, it helps you to know that you are co-parenting not because you are doing it for yourself, but because you have the best interest of the kid. So I will just advise you people to love your kid and try as much as possible to don't hate, but just tolerate. Not hating, not loving, we're tolerating, because that is what co-parenting people do. We tolerate. We try as much as possible to tolerate, even though sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you don't feel like doing it, but just try as much as possible to balance things out so that things can work out. My tip number 8 is that document important informations when you are co-parenting. Not everyone has an evil mind, but not everyone also have a positive mind. You find that sometimes you are co-parenting with someone, you're really doing it, you are giving it your all, you are providing, and all of a sudden this person just come out of nowhere that you are not doing A, B, C, D. And when you don't have that evidence, someone is able to judge you out of that and just say like you have not been responsible. But when you have the documentation of whatever you have been doing, not everything needs to be documented, but just that important information, when you know very well that your partner is that kind of person. Because when you are dealing with someone who is mature and someone who knows what they're doing, and someone who is really working with their mind. They cannot manipulate you, but there are some percentage of people that have an evil mind and can just flip something and manipulate you and ruin your reputation when you know, and when they know deep down in their heart that they have been doing these things, and they're just saying whatever they're saying to tarnish your name or just make you look bad. To avoid all that, just try as much as possible to document some important information wherein you are dealing with a dramatic kind of person. My tip number 9 is that focus on co-parenting business. When you are co-parenting, know that the only business that you guys have is co-parenting business. And there is no reason why you should be involved in any other business rather than co-parenting. When you reach to a point that you want to co-parent, I believe that you had given your relationship as much chances as possible. You had tried to work it out, and nothing was changing, or rather you guys were not just compatible or any other thing. So when you have reached in a point that you just want to co-parent, just focus on co-parenting business. Don't focus on the other person business, what they're doing, how they're faring. Like, people's lives have to move on. Why should you be so much concerned on where they are, what they are doing, what they are up to? Like, it doesn't make any much sense. Just do you. Just concentrate on yourself. And when it comes to co-parenting, concentrate on what is supposed to be done. Do your work. Like, do your duty. If you have to do this, do that. Like, get yourself busy. You don't have to be in any other person business that is not your business. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Tip number 10 is that don't talk ill about each other. You know, when you're hurt, you want people to understand your side of the story. You want people to maybe sometimes to view this other person to be a bad person. Yes, it can be true he has been or he was a bad person, but that is not your business at this point. Your business at this point is that he or she is a good parent to your kid. You are not supposed to talk ill about your other co-parenting partner to your child. Like, it brings so much things into your child's head that sometimes doesn't make much sense. Let the child grow, let them be the child that they are, and let them try to decide for themselves. These kids are kids, let them be kids. Maybe sometimes when they grow and they ask you like what happened between you and mom or you and dad, maybe at that point when they are able to understand, when they are able to have that mind to reason it out, you can tell them and they can decide for themselves on what to judge. But when they're young, when the age doesn't allow, or the age at that age it won't make that much sense, don't talk ill about your partner to your kids. And those are my tips for co-parenting. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, kindly give me a thumbs up. Click on the like button so that I can be able to get a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and join the family. Turn on the notification bell, and don't forget to leave for me your thoughts in the comment section below. At least say something. How did you find the video? Did you enjoy? Did you relate? Did I make any sense to you, or it didn't make any sense to you? Just leave for me your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much. I really appreciate for your support, and until next time, bye.